Welcome in everyone. We have some awesome books coming out this month, not to mention 4 fabulous choices for the March review. So let's dive in. First is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. Known for taking the usual tropes and characters and making them a bit darker and a bit weirder, I was thrilled to find out that Robert Jackson Bennett had written a Holmes and Watson style mystery with a female lead. In Daratana's greatest mansion, a high imperial officer lies dead, killed to all appearances, when a tree erupted from his body. Assigned to investigate is Analeigh, a detective whose reputation for brilliance is matched only by her eccentricities. Rumor has it that she wears a blindfold at all times, and that she can solve impossible cases without even stepping outside the walls of her home. At her side is her new assistant, Denaios Cole, magically altered in ways that make him the perfect aid to Anna's brilliance. Anna? You can say it either way. We're going with Anna's brilliance. As these two close in on a mastermind and uncover a scheme that threatens the Empire itself, Din realizes he's barely begun to assemble the puzzle that is Analeigh, and wonders how long he'll be able to keep his own secrets safe from her piercing intellect. It sounds pretty on par with a Holmes-Watson style mystery, but you just know, if you've ever read a Robert Jackson Bennett book, that there's going to be some crazy twists and turns in there. So I can't wait to dive in. And the great news is, this book is already out. It published on February 6th, so you can go get it now. Second is The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Katherine Arden. I'm not normally a historical fiction reader, pure historical fiction that is, but the pitch of this book sounds irresistible. Not to mention, it comes with a Diana Gabaldon quote, and I loved Outlander, the book. I haven't seen the show. I know, I need to see it, I just haven't had time. But the book is fabulous if you haven't read it. So if this book has a similar feel, I am already on board. January 1918, Laura Ivan was a revered field nurse until she was wounded and discharged from the medical corps, leaving behind a brother still fighting in Flanders. Now home in Halifax, Canada, Laura receives word of Freddie's death in combat, along with his personal effects. But something doesn't quite make sense. Determined to uncover the truth, Laura returns to Belgium as a volunteer at a private hospital, where she soon hears whispers about haunted trenches and a strange hotelier whose wine gives soldiers the gift of oblivion. Could Freddie have escaped the battlefield only to fall prey to something or someone else? And then it jumps back in time. November 1917. Freddie Ivan awakens after an explosion to find himself trapped in an overturned pillbox with a wounded enemy soldier, a German by the name of Hans Winter. Against all odds, the two form an alliance and succeed in clawing their way out. Unable to bear the thought of returning to the killing fields, especially on opposite sides, they take refuge with a mysterious man who seems to have the power to make the hellscape of the trenches disappear. As shells rain down on Flanders and ghosts move among those yet living, Laura and Freddie's deepest traumas are reawakened, and now they must decide whether their world is worth salvaging or better left behind entirely. I can already tell this is going to make me cry, but you can just feel the tension even from the copy, so I am in. This also makes me want to go binge Band of Brothers, but I do not have time for that. Cannot wait to get my hands on this one as well, and it just came out also on the 13th. Not exactly Valentine's Day reading material, but I'm here for it. Third is Only Hard Problems by Jennifer Estep. I am late to the game on this series. This is actually book 3, so let me back up a bit. If you love fantasy romance, Jennifer Estep needs to be on your list with her Crown of Shards series. It's enemies to lovers, it's slow burn-ish, and a trilogy that you can really sink into with magic and mayhem and fabulous characters. Seriously, go get it. You won't regret it. So I am failing as a fan that I didn't realize she had a sci-fi series out, the Galactic Bond series. I'd read anything by this author, but this especially sounds right up my alley, and we need more romance sci-fi out there. So I'll be starting with book 1, which is Only Bad Options, and quickly reading my way through in preparation for book 3's release on February 20th. Next is Lore of the Wilds by Analeigh Sbrana. The biggest thing other than the gorgeous cover that caught my eye about this book is that the copy has it as a female lead that is chasing power. I'm so intrigued by that. It always seems like it's either the male main character or the villain whose goal is to gain more power. It can be with the female main character as well, but it's usually more of a result, like an accidental result of their journey versus an actual goal. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. Fair warning though, this is book 1 of a duet and it sounds like it has a heck of a cliffhanger. Also, it may have a love triangle. It isn't clear if it's a love triangle or why choose. Given that it's traditionally published in YA, I'm guessing love triangle, so that may sway you one way or the other as well. But this is a stunning romantasy debut about an enchanted library, 2 handsome fae, and 1 human who brings them all together. A library with a deadly enchantment, a fae lord who wants in, and a human woman willing to risk it all for a taste of power. This is out February 27th. Finally, you all know I am a huge fan of anything with like pirate or sea fantasy vibes, so Compass and Blade by Rachel Greenlaw is of course on my list. The world of sea and storm runs deep with bargains and blood. On the remote isle of Rosevar, Mira, like her mother before her, is a wrecker, one of the 7 on the rope who swim out to shipwrecks to plunder them. Mira's job is to rescue survivors, if there are any. After all, she never feels the cold of the frigid ocean waters, and the waves seem to sing to her soul. I'm so intrigued. But the people of Rosevar never admit the truth, that they become beacons themselves to lure ships into the rocks. When the Council Watch lays a trap to put an end to the wrecking, they arrest Mira's father. Desperate to save him from the noose, Mira strikes a deal with an enigmatic wreck survivor guarding layers of secrets behind his captivating eyes, and sets off to find something her mother has left her, a family secret buried in the sea. With just 9 days, I love a tense, tight timeline, to find what she needs to rescue her father, all Mira knows for certain is this, that the sea gives, the sea takes, and it's up to her to do what she must to save the ones she loves. Fair warning for this one as well, it is also the beginning of a trilogy, so there's bound to be some sort of cliffhanger, but I cannot wait to dive into the action and see what Mira really is. This is also out February 27th. Okay, now that I have you set for February, don't forget to vote on what I should review next month. These are your options, and I've also listed them below if you want to find out more. What are you reading this month? Anything I should add to my TBR? Tag me with your February reads. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can never miss a video, and until next week, keep reading.